In this lesson, we're going to discuss installing the Virtual Manager in Linux Mint. So if you notice, I've already started up my software manager, and the Virt Manager has a check mark, which means it's already installed. But if you're new to this, you don't have it installed, then here's where you would click Install and install Virtual Manager. In the previous lesson, I made a mistake in that I thought that these two are also included, but they're not. These are installed randomly by mistake previously, so they also had check marks. So I falsely thought they installed with this, but they don't. It's just this thing all by itself is what installs. Okay, once it's been installed, then when you run it, like we showed in other videos, you simply run whatever you've installed. In this case, it's Windows 10. Now we have Windows 10 installed. There's a couple of things I want to talk about here. Well, the first thing is I want to shut this down. What I want to point out is that this Virtual Machine Manager works great, but there's one little caveat here. For some reason, when you try to install Windows on a laptop, they have driver requirements. And the Windows install part of it, it stops when it asks for the drivers files. You can't find any drivers files. So if you have the drivers for your laptop, then you can find a way to put them into the ISO so that Windows can find them. I don't have a laptop. I have a laptop I've tried to install. It's 10 years old. I don't have the drivers. I can't get past that driver part of the install using Virtual Machine Manager. So I thought, okay, no problem. You know, we've all heard about these other things like Winboat. Here we have Winboat, and they require the use of Docker, and they require the use of one other program. I don't remember what it was. Anyway, I went through all the terminal commands to install Docker. I went through the terminal commands to install this other file they need, forget what it was. And then I installed Winboat itself, which you really don't install. It's just an exe file, and you run it. After experiencing a few issues, I finally got it to run, and it allows you to install Windows without the drivers. That's the beauty of it. The problem was once I got it installed, it ran very slow. It was clunky, and I really couldn't use it in the Windows environment. So if you have a fast laptop, then maybe Winboot will work for you if you don't have the drivers for your laptop. So I just want to point that out before you go down that rabbit hole. So the bottom line is that Virtual Machine Manager works great on desktops that don't have special driver requirements. I just want to make that point clear. So that's all I had to say. This was sort of an update to installing Virtual Machine Manager, and it was also an expansion of some of the issues you run into with laptops. So hopefully this is helpful.